So today we're going to be going over the best student loan companies. Now in this list, we're going to be going through the most important thing we're going to be talking about is the fact that these are all entirely free for you to go ahead and refinance with. So the first company on this list is going to be with SoFi. Now SoFi, like we just mentioned, is entirely free to refinance with your account. There is no early payment penalty, which is a really important thing when it comes to wanting to pay down your student loans even faster. You do need at least $5,000 or more to refinance when it comes to your student loans. So if you're under that, unfortunately, that won't be possible. Right over here, you can see it's auto payment discounts. So if you're going to set things up on auto pay, you're going to get a nice little discount on your actual percentage for your interest rates. Now, next up is the unemployment protection. So if you lose your job, you actually have the ability to put your student loans on pause. You actually cannot remove a cosigner. So something to keep in mind if you are cosigning with somebody to have these loans refinanced. Now, they are typically looking for 650 credit score or higher. And if you're not sure where your credit score is, keep watching this video to the end. I'm going to have a resource for you to be able to check your credit score entirely for free. Now, there is going to be a nice sign up bonus for using our referral, which we'll have in the show notes down below. And as a reminder, as we go through this list, there will be all the resources in the show notes. So go ahead and check those out. Some of those are going to help support out our content here so we can keep making more free content just like this for you, as well as a nice little bonus for going through us. Now, next up is going to be Splash. Now, Splash is also free to refinance. This is just a very critical point when it comes to the refinance process. Same thing with the no early payment penalty and also the 5K minimum. Now, here's where it gets a little bit different. When it comes to going through the process, it takes about 3 minutes or less, I should say, when it comes to seeing if you pre-qualify. So that way you can see if you can go through this process. Now, the nice thing is when you pre-qualify, you're not going to be having it hit on your credit score unless you go through the entire process. Now, you can actually remove a cosigner from Splash, so something a little bit different than SoFi where you couldn't. And this one needs about a 650 credit score or higher. And then, like we just mentioned earlier, it is actually the soft pull on the credit checking when you go through the pre-qualification process. And then if you go through it entirely, that will be a hard pull on your credit. Now, next up is going to be with Earnest. Again, free to refinance and no early penalties like the others. And then you can actually adjust your payment date. This could be important for some people depending on, jobs switching or how you get paid on a regular basis. You can choose to have your payments set up a little bit differently if you needed to. Now, you can also do auto bi-weekly payments, and this is going to help you pay down your student loans even faster if you're somebody that kind of wants a little bit more assistance with that pay down method. Now, they do go beyond just getting your credit score to actually analyze if you can get approved for the loans, which is a really great way to actually go ahead and have a little bit of a lower score, but possibly showing that you have like bills that you've paid on a regular basis, like a phone bill, electricity bill, things like that will actually help improve your chances to be able to go through this process and get that refinance. You can actually combine multiple loans as well too. So if you have loans from different universities or in different places, you can actually go ahead and have those all accumulated together. You can actually even skip one payment a year, and no, that's not a free payment. That does get tacked onto the back end of your actual loan. But the nice thing is if you absolutely need it, it is there for you. And you actually get disability/death benefits, and this is really important. So if something happens to you, your loans actually do get forgiven with Earnest. Now that link, like we talked about earlier, will actually give you a $100 bonus for going through and doing that free refinance. Now next up here is going to be with LendKey. Now LendKey, free to refinance, no early payment penalties like the others. This one does also have the 5K minimum. You can actually remove a cosigner. This, again, is pretty important for somebody who maybe wants to have that full account just for themselves if you want to focus on your scores. And you can see here the credit score on this one will be about 660 or higher to be able to go ahead and go through this refinance process. They do have a forbearance for up to 16 months. So if you do end up losing a job or something happens, you can actually apply for forbearance for up to that 18 months. You can actually check your rates without doing a hard credit pull. So that way you can actually go through the process and see if you pre-qualify and what those rates would be for you. Now, as we went through this list, you might have noticed that a credit score was pretty much listed on all of these. So we want to make sure you know where you stand on your current credit score. We want to help you get that information entirely for free. So go ahead and check out our video right over here on screen to learn how to get your credit score completely free.